Thank you, everyone. Today's video is gonna be awesome. We're gonna deal with some important stuff. So I always want to check the audio because tech. You never know. It may be working on your side, but then not on the other side. So just let Jason and Salif let me know. Beauty Stick, thank you for joining. So let me. I just want to do audio check quickly and see if that is working, and then um, we can just talk about some of the important things about land land issue, like more like the process because it has changed, and I'm going through that myself, and so I don't want you to go through the frustration and stuff like that. So I think this video is going to be good. It's going to be good, very good. So anyway, so I'm gonna dive into that because so what I'm gonna do right now is like I'm gonna put a script together because I want to make sure I give you every information that is very accurate. So I'm gonna be doing that, and then after that, I have to give a shout out to some people as well. So it's gonna be good. So as you guys know, I did a video about a year ago about the land buying process and stuff like that. Ghana has been trying to get a handle of this, and so things have changed. And so I have been, for the second home, I'm looking for the land. So I'm in that process, and I'm finding the frustrations because they don't always give you all the information right away. And so I put something together that I think is going to help a lot of the people because people are trying to buy land right now. So it's very important. This will be like this will save you headache and some money too. Okay. So before you even think about buying a land in Ghana, I want you to have this thing in order, right? So first of all, Ghanaian, if you're a Ghanaian and you want the 99, make sure you have a Ghanaian ID, right? So the ID could be a Ghanaian passport, voter's ID card, which is from Ghana, or Ghanaian driving license, right? To get a maximum 99 years. Now, freehold, which is usually when you have the land for perpetuity, is rare. So I'm not even going to discuss that. Okay. Now, so that's a Ghanaian. So in order to claim as a Ghanaian, you got to have this proof. Okay. Now, if you cannot prove it, even if you're Ghanaian native, like myself, and you don't have a Ghanaian identification, you'll be considered a non-Ghanaian or a foreigner. Okay. So so that'll be if you are not able to prove with any of the Ghanaian documentation, i.e. Ghanaian passport, Ghanaian voters ID, or Ghanaian driving license, you'll be regarded as a non-Ghanaian, regardless of the Ghanaian name, affiliation, and that kind of stuff. So you get 55 years. That's the deal. Okay. Now, here's the trick part. So Ghana has a law to deal with Ghanaian citizens and non-Ghanaian, i.e. foreigners, right? The challenge is that the gray area is when you have a couple who are buying land and one is a Ghanaian, in this case, have documentation to prove that they're Ghanaian, and the other being a non-Ghanaian, that means cannot prove with a Ghanaian identification, right? That is where the trick is. That is where the issue, you begin to have an issue because what will happen is, granted, you get indenture, they give you 99 years. When you go and try to pick up the document and you are asked to present identification, and you go in there and you are showing a non-Ghanaian identification, they will reinstate it back to the 55 years, and it will probably cost you some money to do that. So you want to be careful. So before you proceed, which direction you want to go, and non-Ghanaian, Ghanaian, get your identification ready, please. That's the most important thing. You need to do that. I have gone through that. A couple of the guys who are trying to buy land, it's a whole mess thing. It is headache. It's wasting time. Okay, stress. Don't want you to go that. Now we're gonna talk about the process of actually you want to buy the land, okay? Because a bunch of stuff have changed a little bit. So the process of buying the land as of 2020 in Ghana right now, okay? So I always encourage use independent licensed surveyor to avoid conflict of interest, right? So you're trying to bring your own licensed surveyor to pick the land, create a site plan, okay? Take the site plan to the Lands Commission division and do a complete search. There's a couple of searches out there, but you want a complete search. You want to know exactly what is going on in the land, okay? Now, there's another optional search that you could do. It's called PVLMD. So Papa, Victory, Lima, Mike, Delta, PVLMD, which is basically the Public Investor Land Management Division, right? That's an optional search. I did it for me, for myself. So it is a second set of searches, an old repository of records, right? Pre-advent of the title registration. So these are the old records that they have over there. So they can look into that and see what has happened to that land as well, right? Now, when that comes back, make sure it has a seal on it, okay? And a stamp on the paper. So sealed and a stamp, okay? So now, the search, right? Your search results must match the seller's name, okay? So you also see a land certificate number issued to the name. So you should see a land certificate number issued to Mr. or Mrs. or this entity, maybe a company. You want to see that as a search, you get a search report. You want to see that. So that will know that they have the title, okay? You will see the land administration's officer's name on the search doc, and also there's the stamps on the paper. Also, you should see a reference number on that search paper, which is a 16-letter combination of letters and numbers, okay? And then you will see the Lands Commission seal at the left corner of the paper. So you are verifying to make sure the documentation is very, very important, okay? Now, search, when it comes out, must be verified, okay? And also match what is on file, right? So when the search comes back, you must be able to match it with whoever that person is, right? And when that has gone through and is good, now here's another important key thing. Request that the seller gives you a barcoded site plan. A barcoded site plan. This is going to remove a lot of headache. It's going to save you money when you go trying to move your land documentation process. So basically, the seller will produce the site plan, and then they will have to take it to the Land Commission, and then the Land Commission is going to look at it and then do what they need to do, and then they'll put a barcode they'll put a barcode on it, right? And then return it back to the seller, because that barcode numbers are going to be entered into the indenture that they are going to give you down the road. So push for that, okay? Push for that before you pay for indenture. So push for that, okay? And usually barcode, when you flip the paper, is going to be on top, the top of the paper as you flip it over, okay? They may request 50% down to do the site plan and that stuff. You know, that is normal and stuff like that. So, but also, so once the barcoded site plan has been returned to you, ask for the indenture or deed, or at least you have a documentation. If send you a picture, they've done it. So ask for indenture or deed, right? And please pay attention to the name, right? So pay attention to even the site plan, the name, make sure it's spelled accurately, you know, all the title holders, maybe it's a couple, make sure everything is sound, okay? You don't want to go back and try this. It's going to cost you time and money. So make sure the names are really, really good. The name must match the identification ID card, whatever you are going to use to pick up the docs, okay? And so now, so as they prepare the indenture, push for this, okay? You know, as the seller to provide you to attach a land title certificate, okay, to your indenture. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. And because sometimes they buy it in acres and they may have a title issue for the whole number of acres, but they don't have the title for individual, the certificate for individual plots. So push for that, because that's going to save you about 2,000 CDs at the Land Commission. So ask that the person preparing the indenture to add a land title certificate to it, okay? Now, after that, find a reliable person who can help you at the Lands Commission to process the document. We can help you if you're in Cape, if you want to do in Cape Coast or Accra, okay? Expect to pay about 2 types of fees, okay? So the person is going to charge you a fee. It's usually 4,000 cedis and up. That includes the processing fee and also the cost of helping you obtain the documentation. So that's the first fee, right? And so remember, I told you if you have the land title certificate attached to the indenture, then you will not pay the additional 2,000 cedis. So if, let's say, the person charges you 4,000, you don't have that, you pay 6,000, right? Because they need that 2,000 to create that for you. The second fee will come in after the land commissions have done their land evaluation assessment, right? So they're going to look at the value of the land, come up with some kind of tax and kind of stuff, and then so that is something that the person will not be able to give it to you right away because each land's value is different. Location or that's place important, right? And then so make sure you're not just buying the land, you have some money left. I would say in Accra, have a minimum of between $2,000 to $3,000 on the side to finish all your paperwork transfer and stuff like that. Okay. You should be able to get it back in about 5, if the person knows what they are doing, they are connected, 5 or more months. 5 months would be like a good time to get it. This is Ghana we are talking about issues to be able to get within 5 months or longer. Okay. Now, another thing you must pay attention to. So remember I discussed about the documentation aspect. So now your land documentation has been completed and you need to go pick up the item, right? So we must pay attention to the aspect. So if you did it as an individual, whether you're a Ghanaian or non-Ghanaian, right, you will need to bring identification, right? So if you're Ghanaian, you got a 99 years, you need to bring a Ghanaian passport or a Ghanaian voter's ID or a Ghanaian driver license to be able to pick up the document from Land Commission. If you're non-Ghanaian, the passport of your native country will do. Okay, now, so this individual, let's say you're a couple, right? And let's say one of them is in Ghana, one of them is outside Ghana, and you want to go pick up the document from the Land Commission. So the person that is going to go pick up, that means the name must be on the title. Okay, the name must be on the title. So one of the entities whose name is on the title of the transfer, who's in Ghana, must show identification. They must also bring some authorization note from the secondary person who is also on the title, and also some identification in order to complete the pickup. So if your wife goes down there and you are here, and then they tell you the land is ready, and she shows up with just ID, they're not going to give it to her. You must send some kind of authorization note with your ID as well for her to be able to pick it up. So, okay, then the third one would be you are having a third person, maybe a lawyer, on your behalf to pick up this doc. So the lawyer will need copies of your identification, okay, like a power of attorney letter granting the lawyer the power to execute these things. And the lawyer will also have to show identification as well, which they will make a copy before they can pick up those things. So this is as of 2020, that is the process that is going on. And so I would say focus on making sure all your identification are correct before you even move forward, because as you know, some of the Ghana embassies are already closed, the consulate is closed, and people are not being able to get these identification, renew their old passport, and that kind of stuff. So I'll say tackle that. Once you have that, it's going to remove 90% of the headache that you are going to be facing and that kind of stuff. So I am going through that myself. There's a mistake. There's a lack of communication. And I was even dealing with a company that they didn't give it to us in the beginning. So we have this headache. Okay. So I don't want you to deal with that. So that is, as of now, I've talked to people who are reliable at Land Commission, and they said this is the process now to help you, attain your land documentation, okay, by protecting yourself and making sure that, you don't meet roadblocks. Life's already stressful, and you don't need a bunch of stuff as well to add that. So So if you miss anything, rewatch the video and then just take notes. So when I'm done on the description section, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to like post everything I said in there, so that you can just follow that, and it's going to help you and stuff like that. So that is the serious part. I think it's very, very important. I'm going through that. Like I said, everything I put out there is something I've gone through, I've witnessed, I've experienced, or I've done. Okay, and so this approach is going to help you get your document. So that's fantastic. Now, I want to give us some shout outs, right? So I'm about to give us some shout out to a couple of people. So I see you guys out where I did a video thing or whatever, a week ago or something like that about the budget, the estimate budgeted that for 4 people in Accra, and to live very well, basically live comfortably, and also not deal with financial stress, right? In Accra, Ghana, okay, because Accra is the most expensive part. So that video was repeated again because some people never really watched the video and stuff like that. So I meant for Accra, and so since that video came out, I have been referred as crazy and a crackhead, right? And so well, some said I was wrong, and all you need is $1,000 a month for a family of 4 in Accra, and even less, and that can go a long way for you to live comfortably, and also like have some emergencies. Okay, but that is their view, that is the opinion. That's fine, but I'd never call them crazy, but and that or crackhead. But I would take the crazy, but I would not. But I'm not a crackhead for a lot of reasons. So I must be crazy to ask people to strive for financial independence while they are in Ghana, right? I must be crazy not to believe that poverty is tied to blackness. I must be crazy to be on YouTube and try to show people they can build, anything they want, they can dream of. I must be crazy to show that discipline, dedication, and focus gets goals accomplished. I must be crazy to show that nothing is impossible, right? I must be crazy to show that 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, or $1 million is within a person's reach. Above all, I must be crazy to emphasize a good estimate of the budget is to be invested in a child's education. That means enrolling them into a quality private school to prepare them for this competitive world that they will be facing. So I would take the crazy in the day. But I'll be watching patiently to see how all this thing unfold. Anyone can move to Ghana. My concern is it's not about that. My concern is that can you thrive, okay, and get your goals accomplished. So that is what I was aiming at. But I'll be here, and somebody's gonna be right, somebody's gonna be wrong, but I'll be here because if you guys are not aware, there's a video going on, and then I think you guys can start throwing your questions in there, and then we'll take it from there. There's a video going about basically U.S. residents that are stuck in Ghana, and I'll post that link here too, because when I watched the video about 10 times, and stuff like that, just to understand what is going on. And I have a friend who's stuck down there and stuff like. Luckily for him, his job has allowed him to work from Ghana for now and stuff. And he's told me the desperation is unreal. And so you have a situation, 90% of these people on the video, good people, very, very good people, that are Ghanaian natives, right? They were born there, grew up there, speak the language, either for have family down there. They may be U.S. residents or U.S. citizens now, or green card holders. But basically, I consider like they are home, right? But they got themselves caught up in this situation. And then they're trying to come back, for a job. Some have kids here. So they have other responsibilities that need to take off. But then they will not be able to do it. But what is the underlying issue? What is the fundamental thing that is causing that? Basically, you run out of money. And Ghana is wonderful, the best place to live when you have money. But when you run out of money, trust me, those natives, they can adapt. They are resilient. That is their life. They've been doing it for generations. But if you're diaspora and you go in there and you miscalculate and you run out of money, it's not a place for you. Okay? And so that is what you are seeing, because my friend who's stuck over there is not desperate because he took care of certain things while he's down there. So that is what I'm always saying. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Because it is all wonderful to you run out of money, and the best time to be in Ghana is the first week when your packet is fatter. Then after the last week, when you start doing some mental calculations, the anxiety starts in. Then when you run out of money, what are you going to do? You're going to be telling people to send you money from outside? That may work for a while until they figure it out this is not sustainable. So that is what we are trying to help people prevent. We are trying to help people prevent. The question for you is that I built this mansion, some say, and I'm here. Why? Why? Okay? So people, we have to think about this thing thoroughly. So when I make a comment and your favorite YouTuber says something different, and it's not even a fight or anything, it's just a matter of perspective, and you don't like, because what I said is contrary to your favorite YouTuber, and then you come on my channel or you do other videos or go to other platforms and then take put a little bit of what I said in there, and then I'm gonna go crazy and crackhead, all kinds of stuff. It is interesting, okay? It is interesting because people, you Ghanaians know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know when you go to Ghana, you know how quick. The first week you get there, you know what it looks like. This is like 15 cents. That's cheap. 3 weeks later, the same thing. Oh, because depletion of resources. So plan well. Plan well. Take the mistakes, even good people, the mistakes, or we may call it failure. If you go to Ghana and you don't make it and come back and call it failure, it's part of life lessons. Okay, let's take that and think about it. Say, what if I am in that situation? What am I going to do? Right? So we have to start thinking about these things, and so that you can better prepare and go there and thrive and stuff like that. That is what I will want for you. But it's a free world, it's a free country, least. And you can do whatever you want. So that is all I'm going to say about that. So crazy, but I could never be a crackhead, never in a million years. Anyway, I'll take some questions. So businesses, can you start a business in Ghana? Yes. Okay, let me go up, because the other day I missed a lot of questions and I'm pulling in there. Okay, Accra is more expensive than US. I normally spend 1,000 USD a week. I never spend that in US. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. I said it too. When I go to Ghana, I spend twice as much. I don't know what it is. You change that money and it's gone. And it's gone like that. And so please, if you can attest to that, come say amen. Okay. And there's something I'm trying to figure what it is. Okay. I spend twice the amount. I do that. So thank you, Joe, for bringing that up. Comfort because we are back. We're back in it. Okay. Health wise, do you agree I have to treat my borehole water before use because it contains a lot of iron and magnesium? Yes. So you have a borehole. You see, this is assumption. The assumption is that there's something in the water. Okay. Whether it's mineral based or the least is salt. So you cannot do a borehole and expect nothing to expect some impurities to be in there. So I'm going to talk to my friend Sly. What I'm going to do, my friend tested his borehole at the University of Legon. I'm going to get that information, and then I'm going to send me a comment, and then I'm going to put that information for you so you can have it tested for those things. Okay. So let me see. Accra is expensive. Yeah, different lifestyle. Yeah, so lifestyle is going to affect it. But the problem with Accra, okay, the problem with Accra is that there is no a cap on the expense. I've gone to San Francisco. You know, I have people that live over there. I live in New York City. I have friends that live in Manhattan. There's almost kind of like things are expensive, but it's gradual. Accra can change from the next year, and it's all over the place. And so that makes it very unstable for you to really budget. But at the end of the day, yes, lifestyle plays a big part, really, really a big part. Okay. Yeah, standard of living. Yeah. And so I think people need to do. I have a science background, so I like data, I like research. So I think people need to just start looking at this thing very, very closely. And other than that, you're gonna go there, you're gonna be coming on YouTube asking for donation. So please do some work. Let's use the internet for much more valuable information than that. And look at some of these things, and they are very, very expensive. Okay. Now, if you want to live outside, that's a different thing. I mean, Accra. Business. Okay, business. A sister, I did the video that I did on the budget that I put together. Okay, a sister by the name Kanita, forgot the last name, posted about almost a half a paragraph of questions. And when I looked at it, I was like, no, there's no way I'm gonna I want to deal with this. But I spent an hour and a half trying to decipher all her questions, and I think that is the best question that I've gotten in terms of the average diasporan going to Africa with a job situation, what they're able to do, and stuff like that. And so she asked a lot of questions in there and asked my opinion. And I responded with about four paragraphs, breaking it down. This is this. So if you want to go there, the first thing I'll tell you is that you must make sure your skill is transferable. Period. I've been watching some videos, especially the ones that I was called crackhead. Okay. And some of the things people want to go do there, I can guarantee you it's not going to work, in the sense that it is every corner you see is there. That type of business is everywhere. And they will not be able to generate the income, okay, to sustain themselves. But if I'm a crackhead, why should I put an input in there? But they'll find out. So we have to process these things very well. So the business, you have to understand these things. Some things that is some business idea you have, I wonder if you go to Ghana, it is not the most important thing to them. Okay, that is not the most important thing to them. They will not pay for that service, even though I think it's a great service and they should be using that. But they are not going to do that. So you have to figure it out what business you want to get into. There's some ideas, but I don't want to put it out here, that when you come to consultation, we can consider all kinds of stuff. And we're going to talk about the logistics for some of this thing. How much money are you going to make relatively, right? Because you have to be bringing some income, okay? At least even if it's half of your expenses. So that will slow down your savings, right? You have to. And some business that thrive here is not going to work in Ghana because that is more the mindset. Talking about mindset, see the value. Okay? Oh, so can you tell people, because some people are coming with business that are not suitable? All right, I'll give you one. For example, okay? For example, if let's say you're a cab driver here, right? You're a cab driver, you want to go into the cab business in Ghana. First of all, you get there, assume you have the money, you buy a cab or you ship one, whatever that, stuff like that. It would take you time to even know the places in Accra, Kumasi, this area, right? It would take you some time. And the way we drive is a whole different thing, right? And so maybe you needed to make money right away. But let's say you can't even make money. It's still going to take you some time. Okay. So instead, what I would do is that I'll save some money, buy 2 or 3, cars, used, and ship it over there, clear it, and then employ about 2 to 3 people to use it as a taxi driver and come with some kind of arrangement. And then take some of the money and start doing some other businesses that I'm interested in. So That's one, because there's cabs everywhere. It's Uber, it's all kinds of stuff. There's private cars and stuff like that. There's structural, right? So it's already saturated. Okay. Another thing, you're gonna do a barber shop, right? Even if you go and do high end, right? Barber shop is like in my neighborhood. Granted, I don't have a lot of hair, but it was 4 cities. Okay, 4 cities, less than $1, right? When I go into the high end in Accra, like the East Legon stuff like that, I pay 20 cities, right? And you may open it, and the whole day you have like 4 people show up, so 80 cities. You know, it's you. It's like you are not generating the income to sustain that. So people need to start thinking about these things a little bit. Don't be emotional about it. Just see how, okay, if you're going to go do this business, what is going to separate you from other people? And will the people in Ghana patronize it? Because it sucks. I've put thousands of dollars in something that's going to even make 1 cent. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. So it sucks to go there invest in something that you don't even break even. Okay, so think about what you want to do. All right. Okay. Yeah, so and so that's the thing, right? So, and the thing I always tell people, the thing about too is like there's not safety net in Ghana in terms of the government programs and stuff like that. You're on your own, and you find this, back to the video, right? These people have families over there. You see, but they could go to their family, and you know what happened when you run out of money. You have no use to the family. That's the fact. And so these things is deep. It's a layer. Okay, and so we know what we're talking about. Okay, we know we grew up there. We were adult. We went to school. We live in multiple places. We come from multiple tribes. We speak multiple languages. We are in tune. We invested, trust me, heavily. Every day we are connected and stuff like that. And so we know the challenges. We really, really know the challenges on the ground. And so when we give you our perspective, just take what you need. Okay. But don't just get emotional about it and be cursing people out. Yeah, so young cover, yes, you can get your haircut for $2. Yeah, yes, you can do that. Because the young guys, like even my neighborhood, when I get out of my house on that street, there's about 3 of them. Okay, and I always give them more because it's like it's so cheap and stuff like that. So and so the question is, even if you want to do a barber shop, what are you going to, how are you really going to make it unique, and then will people buy into it? And this are the stuff that we can talk about, location, all that stuff. So I'm not killing a dream. I'm not killing your wish to go to Africa. All I'm saying is that it's deep. Prepare. If you prepare well, you thrive. You do well. You be successful. You can bring people over there. They can live with you. You can open avenues for people. But if you go there, you are struggling, and people see you struggling, it kills the drive. It kills the drive for them to want to move. So this is what this is about, right? So, three-phase meter. Yes, slide. Three-phase meter is hard to get. Okay, it's very hard to get. I don't know where you are because sometimes they did it to me, but I was connected, so I was able to get my three-phase meter. Send me an email, then we can figure something out. Okay, slide. Send me an email, we can figure something out. Yeah, so if you open a high-end barbershop catering to the wealthy, they might be willing to pay for that. I mean, true, possibly true. Okay, because there are already some high-end. So that also means you want to pick a location, right? Because no wealthy person is going to be driving across town for your haircut because traffic. And so that means that it has to be in probably about 4 locations in Ghana that is concentrated. East Airport, Cantonment, East Legon, maybe Jolo or somewhere like that. it has to be, so that means the location. And so that means the location, if you go rent, is going to cost you, because these are prime location. So it's going to cost you money. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's going to cost you money. And so you probably want to go to Ghana, go to this high-end barber shop and see what they are doing, the ones they are succeeding and stuff like that. Get some input. And then when you come there, you can add that. So that's what I'm trying to tell people, right? You got to do this homework. Then go and put $5,000 to this thing, and you're having 3 clients a day, and that kind of stuff. So moving to Africa soon. Yeah. So yep. So yeah, Tom Grill. So property rights, and that is what we tell you. Land buying is deep. It has tentacles. When we do consultation, we tell people, look for this, look for that, look for that, look for that. There's some red flags. The issue is a lot of people don't pay attention. They give money to somebody and then they sit. Don't do that. I mean, I'm halfway in the process of buying another land and stuff like that, but there's a lot of work that went in there, and not everybody understand these things. You need people to look deep, in the land commission, that would not just glance over things, and so you can protect yourself. So we give that information when we do consultation, because I feel like that is where it need to be, because if you're about to invest and lose your land, it's a bad way. So I think that you have to work with the right people who understand these things. Okay. Yeah, so East Legon, rent is high. So the thing is, the property rights on it. No, you do have property rights, and so the challenge is that when you acquire these properties, or what is the pretense, and what is the dynamics, and so people, the most work will be before you give money. That is where all your work, 90% of the work, is going to go into that. Okay, so there's a bunch of investigations that need to be done behind the scenes, and even the other search that I recommended, because sometimes this is what you want to see how many people have also shown interest on that line, how many searches have come up. Okay, and then when you get it, what you need to do right away to secure it. So there's a way. It's messy, but it can be done. Okay, it can be done if you work with the right people. Okay, so there's some. Okay, let me scan through this quickly to see. So I would say this freehold land, let it go, because very few, it's like finding a unicorn. It's very rare, and the ones that have been changed, the government doesn't want to do that. And I agree, nobody should own the land forever. Most part of the world, that is not even an option, and stuff like that. So you always want to give people the opportunity for that land to be transitioned over. So 99 years lease, I think is good enough, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to go to freehold and that, because you're exposing yourself for another way for somebody to get you. I think 99 years it's a good number to have, but and stuff like that. But here's one thing you must pay attention to. Okay, so the 99 years, pay attention to what the indenture is telling, because let's say John buys the land from Lucy. Okay, and John got 99 years. John held the land for 10 years. So now it is 89 years left on the lease. John tried to sell it to you. Okay, John cannot give you 99 years. Your duration starts with 89 years. So pay attention and ask these questions early. Okay, that what is the duration left on the land that I'm about to purchase. Okay, so pay attention to these things. Okay, so it will help you. Yeah, so like I'm not even worried about the name calling and stuff like that. Like I really don't care because at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't really affect me. I'm gonna do what I need to do anyway. But it's just that other people, this thing prevent them from maybe getting certain information, and then I'll be watching, and then I'll be watching the video, YouTube, and be seeing the outcomes of people just um getting attached to a socialite or some influencer to the point that it clouds the ability to break down information. Okay, you should be a leader always. You can admire people, you can respect people, but we all doing our best to give you the information. It's not always 100% accurate because you're human. So giving your best to delivery and your voice to say the right things, stuff like sometimes now is great, but that is life. And so you take what you can. And all I'm promoting is that prepare, and you can go there and accomplish any dream you want to. That is all. But if you don't, then there'll be another video that will come out saying the African diasporans are trying to get out. That'll be the next video. This way for the Ghanaians that are trying to get out. Ghanaian natives that are trying to get out. But then it'll be another one. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Okay? Let me see. All right, so let me see. Did I answer all these questions? So do you build houses on that price 100K? Yeah, so how we do it is that we want to build to your uniqueness. So you get to determine what you want, okay? Because I could never buy like a house that is built because there's certain things I might want, and gonna do renovation is challenging because of the cement block walls and stuff like that. So we don't get to decide for you like spend 100K, 150 or $80,000. It's just that we can take care of the things like structure, give you good electrical, good plumbing. When it comes to aesthetics, windows, do you have to have the highest? And no, you can do medium. There's certain things that we don't want to compromise, like roofing system and stuff like that. So aesthetics, you can put couch. You're always going to replace them 5 to 10 years. So do you have to spend a lot of money in couches and stuff? No, you're going to replace even kitchen cabinet. You don't have to have the best because at a certain point, and new options will come in, you need to change. So we can play with those numbers to narrow that. But yes, so we build according to your budget. Yeah, gas is expensive, So what is Joe? Okay, all right. So there's a bunch of communication going inside, which is good as long as it's just more inquisitive and is being respectful. I'm all that. We are learning, right? We are learning. I have done something. I have built in Ghana from there. I have a couple of businesses over there and stuff like that. So I plan to go. My plan is to go twice because my routine. I go twice a year I move and stuff like that. So, but Corona got all of us, reevaluate certain things. So, but we are learning, and I want you to succeed. That is the thing for me, right? Go there and win. When I come there, I want to see the diasporans and the locals thriving. That is all. That is all I want. But if I see a situation that people have invested and then they have to come back or they go away, and some of these people, I know them, I talk to them, and you hear the challenges, I feel really, really bad, right? And so this is what this is about. This is what this is about. By the end of the day, you can, you can do whatever you want. I can't control anything. I can't even control my kids, So all I want to know is that take your time and plan well and go and live your best life. Okay, that is all this is about. And nothing's for everybody. The standard of the lifestyle is going to change. Some people love Cape Coast, right? I've been to Cape. When I go to Ghana, I go to Cape Coast. I sleep 2 or 3 times. Okay, I understand why people love that. You fit in there perfect. Somebody will be Accra. Okay, perfect. Some people will be in the north, some people will be Kumasi, will be Eastern Region, will be here. But wherever you choose to go, you know, especially the thing that Accra is like, if you really depend on the business, most businesses, fair to say this, most businesses want to thrive, you have to be some kind of like in a city. Okay, for most, not all of them, for most, right? When you want to do farming, agriculture, stuff like that, go outside. But if you want to run restaurants, hotels, commerce, you know, and that kind of stuff, you know, be in a city. That means it's going to cost you a little bit more, right? So how many money we need to bring though to build Asa Ghana 8100? So more is better, right? So it depends. So look at it this way. The challenge, so Kimpa, that's a good. The challenge people, the mistake people do is like they look at $1 and they convert it to cedis and they say 5.7. Okay, the $1 doesn't mean that the value is 5.7 in Ghana. No, has nothing to do with value. Gas in Ghana is expensive than the US. Okay, so people confuse that. That is what the conversion rate is, because depending on what you're looking at, that particular item may worth more in Ghana than the US. So ideally, what I say is that if you want to maintain your standard of living here, Europe, whatever, and you want to duplicate that, you could do with the same income you make in some part of Ghana. You could, or better, okay, depending on where you want to go. But some part of Ghana, like Accra, you may need more money or you may need the same amount. So if your relative income for a family of 4 years is 5,000 to live comfortably, in Accra, it will be 5,000. Now, can you do 3,000? Yeah. 4,000? Yeah. But you will give and trade certain things. Okay. I don't like doing so. So when my power goes out, I have generators that kick in. I just can't deal with in the Hamatan sleeping and sweating. I just can't do that. So it depends. It depends what you want. But ideally, once you have a house, and I'm also saying get with a house because that will reduce your monthly expense, because Accra, this is what they do it. The landlord will charge you, let's say $300 for a whole house, 1 year. The next year, they can move it from 300 to 600. That's what happens. So then, let's say your kids go to school in the neighborhood. Then that means you have to move because they didn't budget for that, right? So you have to move the kids to a different location. The school might work or they might go to a different school. So that is what I'm saying, is that Accra is all over the place. It will be cheap today, next year, forget it. One government can come in and the whole thing will just change. So 80, depend on the family. Look at the breakdown that I gave you and then work it out. Okay, the school they want to go. And chances are, if you have a job in Ghana, it will be very, very difficult for you to get up, drop your kids to school, and then get through traffic in Accra, speaking about Accra, and then trying to go to work. So chances are you're going to have somebody, a driver or caretaker, take the kids to school. If you want them to take trotro, well, it's cheap. If you have another vehicle, or they use the vehicle and then you take a taxi, that all start adding up. Okay, that all start adding up. So look, if you can bring $1 million, go for it. If you, whatever that amount is, but do your calculations. Now, if you want us to look at it to see if the numbers make sense, we can help you. Okay, but not probably individual cases, we can help you, because we can look at a lifestyle and say, okay, this will work, this will not work, or this is more than enough, and that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing we can do that separately. Now, if you go outside Accra, you can get 2-3 bedrooms. Some places depends on what you want, 40,000, 50,000, whatever. So it's just, so Accra is the most expensive. Kumasi is catching up. You can go to Brahafo, you can go to Takoradi, you can go to Cape Coast, Eastern region, Western region. So depending where you want, it's cheaper. Some place really, really cheap and stuff like that. So you must factor all that in. and maybe when you visit, that'll be something that you need to look into, and stuff like that. So, and then because you get to pick what lifestyle you can deal with. Some, because I read some of the comments. Some people say, "Man, I need my hot water." Great, you can have that. I have I have hot water in all my bathrooms in the house. So, but I can tell you it's going to cost you, and when you run them, it's going to affect your power. I can break it down for you. And so some people you don't care. That's fine. You're already you're in the sun. You don't care. So it's just different thing. Okay. So it's not cheap. Okay. It's not cheap. Plan. Well, um, so are you saying that when you are in Ghana with your entire family, or for you spend 1,000 a week? Me, Kelly, no way. More, not even close. More. And I can live here and not spend $1,000 a week once I've taken care of the bills and stuff like that. It's way more. But because, like, okay, so for example, this is what happens. I promised my kids, they wanted a pool in their house, and I said no, because I look at it, the pool is going to cost like $20,000, and say, you know what, when we move to Ghana, we get a pool, but I'm not going to be building a pool so my caretaker can be having pool parties. That's not, he's living comfortably. I'm not going to add that over there. So I promised them that one or twice a week we're going to go to a hotel, and then they can swim at the pool, and we can have lunch. If we have to stay that night, that's fine. So that means, and we go, the cheapest we pay for one person just use the pool is like 40 cedis. The most we've paid is 50 cedis. So we do that one or twice. The most we've done like twice a week. They like to swim, and it's important to them. They're happy, so it's good. And so, so you add those things to it. You go to a hotel, you have lunch. Hotel lunches are expensive, right? A little bowl of rice, 80 cedis, or that kind of stuff. And so so you factor that in there, right? And they want to go to the mall and that kind of stuff. So we do that kind of stuff. Playground here, you pay for this. So they add up, right? Now, maybe you don't have kids, or maybe your kids just homebody. They don't want to do anything, but my kids are very, very active. Okay. Yeah, so the video of 5,000 a month is depressing to us thinking 2K max, right? So it shouldn't be depressing in the stuff. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that if you don't have that, you can't go to Ghana. I'm saying that for you to have almost zero financial stress, because this is what happened in Ghana, right? Is when you go there, that money is going to go very quickly. Now, later on, when you live there, you're going to adjust. But when you go over there, it takes you some time, and everybody's different. Not everybody can go in there and dive right in and be able to figure these things out. So the 5,000 is not like, oh my God, get 5,000, we can't go. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I go to Ghana, I don't want to be stressful because it has something to do with money, because things will come up. Family member will get sick. All of a sudden, somebody is in some hospital that that if you don't move them away to a private hospital, better start looking for coffee. And maybe it's only you that can chip in. So all those things are affecting you. So whatever the number is, whether it's 2K you want to do, whether it's 3K, run the numbers well, but you want that cushion. You want that cushion. You want that cushion because things can flip real fast. Okay. So if you wanted to look at it individually, we can do that. You're not gonna, outside and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be depressed. It's a lot of money, I agree, but that is also the cost of being financially stressed less. Okay. So I would say to counter this, live outside. Okay. Go out, maybe even I would say even Kaswa, it's cheaper, closer to the market. So the food in the market in Kaswa cheaper than Accra. So Accra is where they bring everything, right? So and then when you bring the food to Accra, they got to make profit, right? Transportation, all kinds of stuff. So my food in Kaswa is cheaper. So So go outside and then you will figure it out. But all I'm saying is that have some backup to the backup. You will navigate eventually. And when you go in there, don't be tempted with the cheap stuff. Just manage, 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 so you figure it out how much you are going to need. And it is difficult because when you go on vacation, you are in like vacation mode. So go outside, outside Accra and stuff like that, and maybe other regions. You can go, Cape Coast. Cape Coast is cheaper than Accra. I can tell you that, and stuff like that. So, but it's just you have to decide. Okay, nursing home. What do you, so maybe so nursing homes, like we have here where we put adults in. You see, our culture is that grandma lives with a family or grandma lives in the village. Like we don't. It is foreign to us to go dump grandma or grandpa at some center. That is not the mindset. That is not the culture, right? And so I understand the value for that here, but we don't discard grandpa or grandma. Worst case, they'll go to a village and maybe we'll build a house, we'll support them monthly and stuff like that. So these are stuff that you have to do. In counseling, counseling is like they probably have counseling over there, but how Black people, we don't want to go to counseling anyway. So you go to a place that is 99.9% Black. I mean, the average person in Ghana, when he's trying to eat counseling, forget that. Eat 100% all the time. And so these are the things, or reach out to people that are already in that industry, right? And then figure it out, how are they doing it? Is it a good business to get it? What do you need? What? It's about do your homework. If it's going to work, go for it. But reach out, okay? So for 2 persons, 2K, 2K is good for 2 persons, like 2K in Accra. So Kepa, let me know Accra. Yeah, I think you can do 2K. You can do 2K. Yeah, but it's just if you are frugal and the other one just want to live large, it's just gonna be listen. But you can do 2K. Yeah, but so the thing is, you want to. You see, that's why I focus on trying to build your house, because then it's like, because I don't like the landlord thing, man. It's just, especially when the lease is about to expire, the stress, because he can change the price at any time. And I don't, I'm all about ownership, entrepreneurship, own your home, own your businesses and do stuff. You rent, maybe you have to, unless you get a really, really, really good deal and stuff like that. But if you can build and have your own, even if it's 2-3 bedrooms, go for it, right? It takes 5 years for you to do it, just go for it. But just there's a pride of ownership. Worst case, you can rent one of the rooms. Okay. When we do consultation, we look at plans, we tell people, hey, you can alter this room right now, and then maybe someday you can rent that 1 bedroom and make the income. And so and stuff like that, because so it's all about okay, let me see. Others YouTubers are creating communities little money. So other YouTubers in Ghana are creating community for those with little money by having investors to invest. Then chat, just say 500 is cost sharing. So I haven't paid attention to that in terms of like investors and all this stuff. This is how I do my investment. Okay. If you say let's go into business as an investor, there's 2 things. Whatever I put in, you put in. If I bring 5 grand, you put 5 grand. That's how I do it. Or you must give me equity. Okay, but I don't. This is me. Just because somebody come with idea, and they have zero money in it, I'm not gonna pull out money there without significant equity or that kind of stuff. So, and the agreement got to be good. It's like got to make sure everybody knows that this investment, there's a possibility we can lose all the money. People must understand that, because that is the nature of investment. And so you don't want somebody thinking they're going to make money and then the thing doesn't go as well, and then there's infighting and stuff like that. So let people know. So whatever I invest in, this is what I was taught. If I lose everything, it shouldn't financially devastate me, right? So I always put things in there that I can bounce back. It might set me back temporarily, but it's not something that is going to cripple me. So people have to look into that and make that decision. Let me see. School jobs, yeah. Let me see. So it's about do your homework. Do your homework. There's a higher unemployment in Ghana, and that is one of the reasons that makes the job market in Ghana is like 100% connected, 100%. So when you go in, maybe you want to start building a network, right? It helps and stuff like that. So it's all about preparation. So it is. It's all about preparation. If you prepare well, Ghana will be wonderful, wonderful for you. So I think three phase. Okay, we talk about yeah. So anyway, let me see. Yes, I like to see the good conversations going. Yeah. So that is the thing. It's just preparation, and because you see the thing is that, and if you have been broke in Ghana before, this is what it looks like. That is when really, really the real Ghana. Because all of a sudden, like a lot of people disappear. Like you on your own. And so my thing is that plan that you'll be on your own, right? You'll be on your own, and things takes time to grow. Even when you go to Ghana, you start a business, it takes time to grow. So in the meantime, get a cushion and that kind of stuff. You may sometimes maybe you don't have to sell your house. You may rent it here. Even if you pay the mortgage, you're in Ghana because anything happens, you have to come back. You can do that kind of stuff. And so I understand you really want to go. I agree with that. But just plan and put things in place for you to succeed. Okay. Interest rate is is very high, especially like loans, right? Ridiculously high, for loans. So is I do my homework. Okay, trust me. I do my homework and not everything that I want to put out here, because when you put some information here, they'll call you crackhead again. So but if we want to talk behind, we can do that kind of stuff. But can you have dual citizenship in Ghana if you're naturalized? Naturalized in the US? Yes. And here's the thing with the dual citizenship, right? Address this. The United States does not support it. They don't promote it. They just ignore it. And so here's the challenge. You notice when the letter came from embassy, right? If you read, when they told the people that, okay, we are making accommodation for you to Ethiopian Airlines, whatever, to fly, it says U.S. citizen. You notice they omitted dual citizenship, right? Because if you're dual citizenship and you are in the country of the secondary that you are citizenship, the United States does not have obligations, because you are technically in your home country, to support you in terms of emergency. Okay, so you must know that. You must understand that. And so life is about being strategic. Okay, certain things, whether you don't like the group, but they may be beneficial for you. So it's about for you to figure out what you want to do. So dual citizen has also its benefit, to be able to travel without visa, to be able to open businesses in Ghana and that kind of stuff. But you got to weigh the pros and cons. You got to weigh all of them. Okay. But all the same, I don't want to keep this too long. You guys are having a great questions over here and stuff like that. So It's been great for you. I know this is Thursday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. But I wanted to bring you this thing because I know some people are buying land right now and they're about to make this mistake. So I want this video to be shared, to be shared, to be shared, to be shared, because land is also tricky in the process of change. And so with a year of return, people are looking at land. And so I want them to make sure that they have taken care of these things and know the cost, that it's not just about buying the land. There's a cost to the registration and that kind of stuff, especially in Accra. The highest, I don't know what is going on in Accra, is the highest. I mean, it's double some areas and stuff like that. So I want people to understand that and factor that in as they. So just because you buy the line $5,000, you might have to put 2 to 3 on the side to go through all your paperwork and stuff like that. So share this video. All right. If there's any video, I think all my videos to go viral, but if there's one I wanted to go, is this one, right? Because I feel like I still get a lot of questions about the land purchasing. So please help me send it out to Facebook, WhatsApp, everywhere to look at it and that kind of stuff. Okay. So other than that, I respect the time. I don't really want my videos to go too long, stuff like that, because I'm not a fan of sitting and watching a video for 3 hours, same video. And so we're gonna wrap it up, and you know where to find me and stuff like that. And then I'll do my best to help you. If it involves consultation, I'll tell you this is consultation. If it's something that is not, then I'll do my best. Okay. But above all, let's win. You know, Africa is wonderful when you're prepared. Is the best when you're prepared. And so prepared and go there, and there's no limits in what you can do and what you can accomplish. Okay. Other than that, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody that was able to tune in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And then let me know how I can help you. Okay. Thanks.